Hey guys, sorry for how I look. Um, I am still just waking up. It takes me a while to wake up, but um, Libby had sent me a message that to be on the lookout for the rest of the stuff, and I'm gonna put some pictures in my community tab. Sorry for rubbing my eyes in front of you guys. Like literally, I'm still waking up. Um, Libby had sent me a message, and as I was going through all my notifications, I had realized the stuff had arrived. Oh, my hair's a mess. Um, sorry. Um, so I, hurried downstairs. I'm going to include some screenshots on my community tab because the box still seems full, and I can't show the side with the address on it, but the tape's messed up, and so's the tape on the bottom. Like, it was almost ready. Like, when I went to lift it up off of the mailroom table, the weight inside the box was almost like it was gonna drop out from the table, or onto the table. Sorry, I'm a little upset because this is a gift, and to see the state of the box upset me. So that's why I'm hurrying to do this, only to then eventually have Libby see this, and then if there's an issue with something not being in there, maybe some fuckery has gone on, she can do something about it. But additionally, I wanted to apologize because I was going to do the dresser stuff this weekend, but then some other stuff came up, and I want to address it just because there's issues in a friendship that I'm having, and it's not one-sided, but I'm going to take accountability for where I messed up. And apologize perhaps to anyone else that might potentially feel slighted by the way I do certain things. I've tried to be transparent. I'll explain here in a moment. I'm still trying to figure it out in real time how much of it I want to go into, because I don't want to talk about this, and that's the crux of the whole problem. So I guess I'll go into this first, then I will open up the stuff. Therefore, I can end the video on a happier note. Bad news first, I guess. I don't know, because a lot of you might not even care, because I understand that, friends or acting friendly on the internet, it can mean different things to different people. And, during the last videos, because it had to be 2 parts, I explained that for me, uh, friends are like family to me, because with the exception of the next oldest and my sisters, I'm not really close to a lot of my family. And a lot of that is because of my mother, Karen. She suddenly moved us away from, at the time we were living in South Lawrence, and she just moved us to New Hampshire. I was 12. It would be some months before I turned 13. And she just moved us with her boyfriend at the time, his family. And there was a long period of time where we then started sharing apartments that were way too small for the amount of people that we had, because there was my mother and her boyfriend, his mom and stepfather, and let's see, there were the 4 kids she had with the stepdad, and then 3 other kids from one of her kids from her first relationship, because unfortunately a daughter of hers had passed from blood cancer, which was unfortunate. But when you have that many people living in like a 3-bedroom apartment, it's too fucking much. And no, she didn't tell any of our family that she was having us move. I didn't find this out until decades later, when I was here in New York, that nobody knew. My aunts and uncles didn't know. My cousins didn't know. Nobody knew. Hell, a lot of people didn't even know the falling out that I had, that caused me to move here. And I didn't think the AC was going to turn on, because it's 68 degrees outside, which is why I have the window open and the fan on. So I apologize for 2 bits of noise, especially because I didn't bring the microphone, because my brain is so scattered. This is like, I know that I share stuff. I'm a very honest person. But I don't share everything. I've been cautioned not to do that, especially online. Because of course, I'm a mod in Charlie Gold's channel. And of course I pay attention to when people say this sort of stuff. But in addition to that, because of everything I went through growing up, apparently I have this very bad habit. Tom had always referred to it as acting like a wounded animal, where if something was really stressing me out, deeply bothering me. Sorry. Um, sometimes, you'd see a limp or something like that in a cat, but that's not the full extent of the damage. Hopefully that'll make sense to people. So the depression and everything that I've been going through, it's not as bad as when I went through my issues with the CIDP initially. Because CIDP is a long-term, lifelong condition. Every time I get sick, every time my immune system basically has to fight anything off. So anytime it's engaged, I have the chance of the symptoms, basically my whole system starting to shut down. It has the chance of reoccurring. So I have to be careful about this. I have to be mindful of it every fucking day. So the resulting nerve damage, the lack of mobility that I then had to work on when I finally got my ass back in gear about it, initially it was kind of devastating to me. And I took to bed. And it's an old term, but it was accurate to what I was going through at the time. And with losing Tom, I fought so hard to make sure I didn't get to that point again. And I focused on making sure I didn't get that bad. But things in the apartment did suffer. Things became cluttered. Now, I didn't have like food garbage and stuff like that. I didn't have issues with bugs. But there are reasons why I started putting up the wish list again. And over the weekend, a friend of mine had reached out, and I'm trying to think of how to talk about the conversation without talking about who it is. But I didn't tell them, the extent of how bad my depression had gotten, why now I was starting to ask for things which I didn't want to tell all you guys that it's basically I'm asking for help, which is why I intentionally put some things on there that were more, the wish lists were initially made because well, first of all, I ADHD and neurodivergent. I organize things by category, so that's why there's multiple wish lists with different topics. And I was originally making them for myself. When I started my YouTube, I made them public, just to share it, to share the things I was picking for myself, and to explain, like, look, this is the stuff that I'm trying to get. I put multiple things on there because Amazon does this nifty little thing that when you put things on your wish list and they go on sale, say Prime Days, stuff like that, it'll notify you. And then if I have the money, because disability, I can then get it for myself at the cheaper price. And when you put things either in your cart or save to later or a wish list, they will tell you when the price drops. They will tell you when it increases. I know other people are saying these conspiracies about Prime Days and stuff like that. If it's coming from a vendor, they can't control that. But if it's Amazon themselves, they're not doing shit to the prices. So I don't know. I don't get it. I rumble. He's looking out the window. Like I said, I have it open. Though he's trying to look through the fan in order to do it. Hey, buddy. So, you see you? Hey. I'm talking. Okay. So, you're distracting me. So, oh, buddy, come on, get be on the table. Thank you. Right. So, I decided to show everyone basically my thought process. I ended up breaking down the lists even more organized, and I always said, I didn't expect anyone to get me anything, but everything was appreciated, and then, the stuff, things got harder after the surgery. And, at first, I felt great after the surgery. They warn you that your depression or that you can get depressed after surgery, especially this kind of surgery. Bro. But, initially I thought, oh, I got this shit, Then I wasn't being able to get back into the gym. And quickly the weight loss was starting to slow. And I knew it was because I wasn't getting out as much. And then the depression was creeping in. I wasn't making as much content, and my pain. I didn't really have the money for my meds because, I've been dropped down to the one income, which is disability, which is just over $1,000 a month at this point. And of course my rent had been increasing. This year it was $40. An extra $40 a month. And on disability, that's not a little. Especially when the cost of living adjustment was $22 a month, if that. So, boxes were piling up. Floor got more cluttered. Things like that. And yeah, I didn't want to tell people because I felt ashamed about it. I still feel ashamed about it. So, towards the end of last year, I finally had enough. And I decided that I wanted to do something about it. To kick myself in the ass and start fixing it. Rumble! Please, buddy. Hey. Now he's a little mad at me because I raised my voice. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah? He understood that. Okay. So, yeah. But the thing of it is, I'm trying to organize stuff without places to put it. Shelf space when you don't have shelves, stuff like that, and I only had so much money, so I wasn't putting out content, so of course I felt like an asshole, and I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't ask for help if I wasn't even really interacting with people. So I started to at least do more with the affiliate links and posting on my community tab. And for full disclosure on the affiliate links, first of all, the most I've ever seen them share or they'll show us when we're going to share a link how much commission we'll get, and the most I've ever seen on anything is 5%. And I usually share a lot of food items, and that's like 1%. And it's not cash. You don't get cash for this. You get basically Amazon credit. But I at least thought, well, if I do this, then I will get the credit, and then I can, get the stuff, and this way I'm sharing stuff with you guys, some stuff that I personally use, that I love. It's copacetic, I think is the word I want to use. Mutually beneficial. And people really weren't even engaging in that. And I was feeling a little defeated in that, honestly. Um, because I thought it was a smart idea. But then, you know, Rumble, leave Muffin alone, please. Muffin. Muffin. Aquí. Ven acá. No, not you. You're being a brat. He is old. You need to leave him alone. He doesn't want to play. He is too old for your horse shit. Muffin. I don't know where he went. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I was feeling defeated about the affiliate links not really going anywhere. And I know because basically you get a monthly report on, if anything's being dropped into the account and stuff. So, I still post them because I still want to share stuff with you guys. Because I like sharing stuff with you guys. I call them pebbles. And, apparently that wasn't good enough for this friend. They didn't feel like it was a means of communication. But I think especially for the neurodivergent people, they'll understand. For me, it was a way of touching base without talking. It's a way of going, hey, I found this cool thing, whether it's an article, whether it's a music video, whether it's a thing. I found this cool thing, and now I'm sharing it with you. Penguins do it. That's where the pebbles come in. Apparently, penguins really like pebbles, and they will give them as gifts to other penguins. It's kind of fucking adorable, and it's a terminology that apparently a lot of neurodivergent people will use. And so that's what I started doing more and more with my community tab. It's not just the affiliate links. I would share things with, to the other Goro World, like, creators and stuff like that. Things that I thought would be pertinent to what they would be talking about, or funny clips based on what they were talking about. The boys clip in particular, if you scroll down my community tab, you'll see it, and you'll know. To me, that's checking in, that's touching base, that's sharing something without sharing everything, That's communication. That's saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, even if I'm not being specific. But apparently this person doesn't think that was good enough. That the fact that I didn't share the entirety of what I was going through specifically to them, that I was posting it on my channel, which is called Diarrhea of Recovering Fatty. So, yes, I put shit on there, like a diary. I've told people in the past it's an apt name for a reason. I don't just say stuff. I need people to understand that, because that seems to be part of the crux of the miscommunication that's currently going on between me and this person. When I say stuff, I'm not just saying stuff. I apologize for the fly. It's summertime. I've kind of explained it before. There's garbage. There's dumpsters on either side of the apartment buildings. Oof. As you can see, I'm still doing the weight loss thing. I haven't weighed myself, but as you can see, like, I'm not doing the gaining thing. So dumpsters on either end, and during summer flies happen, and then we have like these gaps under our apartment doors, so when flies get into the building, they can then get into the apartments easily. And I have USB powered bug zappers, so eventually they'll get zapped. But I should have brought over a drink. I didn't expect to be talking this long, but what this person doesn't understand is that this really actually bothers me. That they accused me of e-begging, especially because this was my way of asking for help without trying to tell everyone every fucking internal thought that's going through my head. And they're going through their own shit. And I have told them in the past that I don't like bothering people with my shit. I don't like that I'm bothering people right now with my shit. I want to make people laugh, whether I'm in lives, whether I'm sitting right here. You know, I'm trying to do stuff that's entertaining and not in the lol cow train wrecky sort of shit, you know? When I was putting my wish lists out more, I had one that, you know, that even had like craft stuff. And the intention is, it's clear in the name that with that craft stuff, not only was I going to do it for you guys, you know, to see, but I thought afterwards, you know, I'd be able to like do giveaways for it, you know. So there was like resin stuff, and because I'm fascinated by resin shit, and there's so many different things you can do with it. You can make shelves, you can make lights, you can like, I watched so many videos of the different things that you can do with it. And I thought, you know, hey, it'd be cool, you know. I have the porch, but there's like a closet connected off of that. And it's actually not a little closet. Part of it extends like behind, and I thought that would actually work as a workspace for the resin, because I could have the door open out onto the, I don't know whether they call it a porch or a balcony. And I eventually want to screen off that, like I have ideas, like I have the screen, I just need now to figure out how I'm going to put it to block off the area, so like I could let the cats out there. And the idea was, is like sometimes I could sit out there with like some coffee or something in the morning and just talk to you guys. And you know, I have ideas for shit. And I was trying to ask for help without blatantly asking for help, because even to the extent that I have, it's hard. This is very, very hard for me. My mom, my mother, because when I say mom, I think about Tom's mom. She's my mom now, because of the relationship that I don't have with my mother. I think she's back in New Hampshire. I don't even know where she is, you know? But that's why I was at least keeping contact with you guys through the community tab, through the lives, because I know a lot of you have found me through those, you know, the different Girl World lives. So, you know, you guys know me mostly as the fucking chuckle fuck that I am. So I didn't want you guys to see this. I certainly don't want to be compared to people like Rosie in any way. And yet, whether or not this was to be intentional, this friend did that. And I still don't know whether or not it was. I don't know if they felt so hurt and then they were lashing out. Or maybe just like apparently they didn't really know me. I didn't know them. But I know I keep saying it, but again, I understood that they're going through their own stuff. I know so many of you are going through your own things. And that's part of why I don't share everything. Like, I share a lot. I know I do. And a lot of it is just past stuff. You know, because I want to be relatable. I want this to be a safe space. I want to be a safe space for people to be able to talk to reach out to talk about anything. If you're having trouble, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Helping other people, even to just feel better, actually helps me to feel better. Acts of service, I guess, is my love language. I don't know. But it's also a self-love language, I guess. Just hold on a second. I gotta get a drink. Especially because I took a gummy right before I started, and my mouth is getting dry. All right. Sorry about that. I just... it's going to put it right in the way. There you go. That helped me to calm down a moment too, so I'm sorry. I didn't want to get emotional, and when I do, when I tell people that I have self-esteem issues, I don't it's not a buzzword for me. Oh, fuck. So, I hear my mother telling me to stop being a pissant crybaby. Specifically, that's her words, her voice. So, there's a sneak peek. But I don't just because I'm going through this right now, this is not the entirety of me. This is not my forever. I don't intend on it being that way. I'm trying to get out of this hole. And then for this person to turn around and they know that I have this insecurity, this fear of being accused of such things. They know that me asking for help is difficult. They even acknowledge that. And when I told you that it felt like you were pushing me back underwater when I was gasping for air, this is the part, this was why and how I meant it. Because I was reaching out, not to you specifically, and apparently that's where you got upset, and I apologized. I apologized that I made you feel bad. But I told you that wasn't personal. I haven't even told Mom about the extent of what I'm going through. I still have told you more than I've told anyone else now. apparently my stress. It, it's not personal. When I don't, if you see me limping, but you're not seeing the cause of the limp, it's not personal to anyone. I just, I'm a, I get afraid. I get afraid of telling people what's going on. I feel ashamed of explaining what's going on. I feel ashamed of asking for help. I'm fucking gonna be 46 this year. You know, I'm still trying to find something, a work from home job. It's just been fucking hard. Because apparently a lot of places won't even necessarily hire in New York State as far as online jobs. Like, I've seen listings and they'll be specific about what states they're hiring for, and New York isn't on there. So, you know, understand that I am working to help myself. I am not like the people that we watch. You know, when I had the opportunity to go to the gym, I fucking went. I am trying to get the opportunity to go back now. Because I knew how much it fucking helped me. I have appreciated everything that this friend did for me. I still want to consider them a friend. But as I told them, I can't talk to them anymore right now until they apologize. Because they said shit that just isn't true. That's not who I am. And I don't want other people thinking that, and that's why I decided to say something. Because if I've made anyone else feel like we weren't friends anymore because maybe I felt a little bit more distant, I'm sorry. Honestly, truly, I had no intention of making anyone feel that way. I'm just really bad at showing I need help. At telling people when I'm really hurting. Physically or otherwise. I'm really bad at it. And I know I've told people this before. I know I told them specifically. I can't remember specifically if I've explained it here in videos. But I am. Even to Tom, I was. So if I've hurt anyone, you know, I even have to send this out to my best friend of decades now, AJ. If because I haven't told him because for a long time he was struggling to find better work for himself, and you know, he's had pets pass, and I didn't want to put more on him. You know, and I know he's been grieving the loss of Tom too. We met online, but we met through Tom. You know, but now I realize that maybe he's thinking the same, and I can't do that to him. I can't. So, AJ, I'm sorry too. If I made you feel like we were less than friends for even a second. And for anyone else. I mean, I know we're the whole parasocial thing and whatever else, but if you consider me a friend and you felt hurt by my lack of communication, I'm sorry. Deeply, truly. Tell me, and I will make sure to more personally apologize. For all I know, no one else feels this way. I hope no one else has felt this way. I really hope no one else has felt this way, because I will feel so shitty. I feel shitty. I feel so shitty. I'm so sorry. My intention was never to hurt anyone. I didn't want people to feel bad that they couldn't help me. I didn't want people to feel I just didn't want people to feel bad. You know? And that's also why when I have posted stuff, which now I'm not sure moving forward if I should. But nothing is expected, but anything is appreciated. You know, I know I said this during the last videos, but I meant it. Absolutely meant it. And I always will. It means more than I can put into words. outside of you guys, I don't have really much interaction anymore these days. I hope to eventually change that. You know, I really have plans for if I can eventually get this channel monetized, if I can actually do more with this channel. I think I'm gonna write that down, and I will I'll break that down in a different video so it's not attached to this. But there are things I want to do with you guys, for you guys. Like, there's... I have plans and ideas. This isn't about me just asking for stuff. And even then, there was reasons for it. You know, even with the cooking stuff. Like, I want to start making cooking content. And that was inspiring me to reorganize my kitchen space. This was all... It was all a method to the madness. I think that's a bit apt. So... if moving forward there's anything that's unclear, if you have any concerns about why I'm doing things, how I'm doing things, don't hesitate to ask. Whether it's through my comments, whether it's through Discord. You know, don't hesitate to ask. You know, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm shitty, again, about telling people stuff, like the serious stuff. But I mean, you can just reach out. You know, I'll talk about stuff. I just not maybe everything. It's hard. It's very hard. But if you need me to, tell me that, and I will. Because if you're my friend, that matters. And I will push myself through my shame and everything else to make you feel that. I didn't know that there was a problem. Because again, I was sharing my pebbles. I was talking to them when we were interacting in lives. I didn't think there was a problem. And then there was. And again, I apologize for how I made them feel. And I do apologize that I didn't want to bother them. I didn't want to burden them. That's, again, I'm just gonna keep going in circles if I keep talking about it. Because that's how my brain will function. And this is why I would be in lives just trying to make people laugh sometimes. Like, I take breaks from doing stuff in the apartment to just fuck around with people. If I suddenly got quiet, either I passed out because of depression or perimenopause, or just because my sleep schedule has been really wonky, but apparently that might also be the perimenopause. You know, but when I am there, you know, I just like making people laugh because it gives me something else to focus on. It helps my stress. It makes me feel good. It's something that I can do to help people's days be a little bit better. Because, you know, right now I'm not in a position to do much else. When I do get myself, hopefully, eventually I'll get myself to a position where I can do more. Because I want to eventually get myself to that sort of place. I want to be able to be generous in the ways that Libby has and others. I really do. You know, even the person who helped to give me the necklace for Tom's ashes. People have been good and kind and generous to me. And it means the world to me. I don't understand how things went wrong with at least one person. I thought that I was being transparent enough. I really thought that. So as far as taking accountability, all I can do right now is stay the course. I'm going to try to make the space for this coming weekend to still do the dresser. I want to get that dresser done so I have a place to put my clothes. I didn't have a dresser, guys. That's I didn't want to fucking talk about this. In the last place we lived before this place, it ended up having rats because meth heads broke into the basement to then jerry-rig their electronic devices like phones and shit to our fuse boxes. And we would get shorts and our power would go out because of this. But because they kept breaking into the basement, rats got in there. And then eventually rats would then get in through like spaces under our kitchen sink. Because where we lived was a house that was converted into apartments. On the second floor, they were like efficiency apartments. And then on the first floor, there were 1 bedrooms. We had rats. And some of our furniture got eaten. including the back of our dresser, because it was one of those ones where it was like that thin particle board shit to make it more lightweight. And so they ate into the back. So then they could, nest in our clothes. But of course, at the time this was going on, we weren't there. We were at Mom's because Tom was recovering from his first brain surgery. So, I was given this dresser, and I just wanted to make it more me, and I thought, maybe people would want to see me put it together, and not literally put it together. I mean, technically I have to put the shelves or the drawers back in, but I think people understand what I mean. So I still plan on doing that. I just have to essentially figure out where I'm going to put the workspace so then I can set up the camera, because you're on my phone. So I got to figure out the logistics. I was going to do that, and then I got derailed. And so to all of you, I apologize for that. I still plan on doing that. I plan on getting back into making content. If people would potentially like for me to, I keep wanting to say the for me thing. Vocal stim things are for real, guys. And I know some people might get on me about drinking from the bottle, but I ran it through the dishwasher. I'm the only one living here. Bachelor life. I can post that list again about the craft stuff. Maybe that won't seem like e-begging to some people, because I mean for it to be something that, again, I can do in front of you guys, and then because we have essentially drop off boxes for our mail and stuff downstairs, my thought is, I know the post office at least used to have mailers that you can just buy from them, that once you buy them, like the postage and everything is technically covered, and then you just put the item in and you write the address and everything, and it gets sent away. Additionally, in the community room, there's a printer. So if I have to print out something, I'll try to figure it out. If people would like for me, if people would like to see that, let me know, and I will post that list. Or if there is a specific craft, not the crochet, because Right now, it feels too hot for that sort of thing. I meant to get into that, but I'm just not sure my attention span is up for that. But I want to do more with you guys, for you guys. Eventually, I mean, if I can, there's like little museums around here. There's the Roberson, there's the Rod Serling Museum, there's a zoo. I would love to do these things. You know, either asking mom to take me, or if I had the money, do the Uber thing. I can't afford a car, guys. I can't afford a car. I can't afford the insurance. I can't afford the gas. It's just not possible. And I have the PTSD trauma from someone else being a very bad driver. And so I get panic attacks sometimes from being in other people's vehicles, even just watching other people on the road. It's a thing. And oh my god, the loose skin under, oh, that's bothering me. I'm gonna do some other stuff now because apparently I'm running out of storage space again on my phone. I Samsung, you're not gonna see this, but please go back to us being able to use SD cards. For the love of fucking God, please. Or whatever you believe in. But first, before I forget again, I'm actually going to get the Destiel pin out and put it on my bag. Because I brought my bag over. I gotta figure out how these pins work. Wait. Okay, you just gotta pull. I've never seen backings like this. They're just rubber. They're very sturdy rubber though. I forgot to link this person's stuff. I'll remember to do it. Hopefully I'll bring this with me when I go back into the bedroom. Oh! Now that I removed the pin, that's Dean Dreams. There, hopefully you can see it, and it looks backwards to me. Hopefully it's not to you guys, I don't know. And it's also on the back of the pin. This is metal, by the way. Oh, where am I gonna put it on the bag? I'll show you my bag in a second. Okay, I'm going to put it right on the front. Why is that looking blue? I don't know if it's going to show up green, but it looks blue to me on my camera. So I'm going to put it right on the top there. It's just a nylon bag. I think it's nylon. Canvas? No, not maybe? Yeah, I guess I could consider that canvas. It's a men's bag, but I don't care. I do wish the straps were a little bit longer though, because I'd like to wear it as a crossbody, but because my tits, it does not work. put this strap? No, I don't want you in the way. Could I put it behind? No. So I have to let the strap out. Okay, maybe not that much. Ta-da! Oh. There we go. And then I have clipped my over my glasses, sunglasses. Okay. At least for the moment, I think I'm cried out. Oh. I hope this doesn't mean I fucking pass out when I go back into the room. Sometimes, no, most of the time, when I cry a lot, that's what happens. And part of the reason why I really don't fucking like crying. Oh, I'm opening the gift from Yummy first. Yummy sent me something. Because apparently all of Tiny's mods have decided to do the Labubu thing. And of course, my gimpy ass couldn't afford it because disability. And so I'm making sure there's absolutely nothing else in the cardboard box. Sorry for shaking the table. You guys are on what the hell are they? I know it is a TV tray, like one of those folding things that, you know, people will like sit in front of the TV, you know, with their TV dinner sort of things from like the 70s and shit like that. So, it's a blind box. So, I think what's on the front is not necessarily what's going to be in there, but they're apparently doing, they specifically decided to do these wig ones. So, this is my first ever Labubu, by the way. So this is a very new experience. No! There's a tiny, like, puncture in the box. Yummy, I'm so sorry. I didn't do that. Oh, there's like some foil action going on the box though. I just noticed. That's cool. Okay. Oh, and they have this thing on the box on the top to like a tab to make sure that you know if someone's, you know, basically opened it before or something. So, oh, that was kind of satisfying. So, the box did not open as well as I would have liked. I am one of those annoying people, according to Tom, that when I actually get like gift wrap stuff, I very carefully open the gift wrap. Like, I will pick at the tape to open it as opposed to just ripping it open. And it would annoy the bejesus out of him. Okay, so let's show people what it all comes with. Because, we got a do not eat thing. You know, I've seen videos about stuff to do with these silicone little things. I should maybe share some on my community tab about what to do with them because they're nifty. Like, I'm about reusing things. Yummy knows this. I've sent them so many different pebbles about that sort of thing. You know, I was even just telling them I still have the box you can find it on the community tab. When they sent me around the time I was having one of my red weddings, they sent me a box of, it was like different chocolates and dried fruit. I kept the box. The snacks were delicious, but I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it, and I realized that I'm going to turn it into a shadow box for at least the stickers and the standee, and yeah, I think I'm gonna add like other keepsakes to, make it something nice, sweet. I mean, I have all that wood grain looking contact paper, so now I just gotta get like a thin sheet of plastic for the window, and I have the X-Acto knives now, so repurposing stuff like feels not just responsible, but I think it's cool as fuck. But I'm just a nerd. So it comes with hair care instructions. Keep away from direct sunlight and high temperatures. Do not dry with hot air. Use an air cushion brush when combing. Avoid pulling hard. Fine-tooth combs may break hair fibers. For static or frizz caused by dry weather, lightly spray with anti-static spray before combing. Okay, so this is a synthetic wig. And yes, I've actually watched videos about such things because I watch so many varied fucking different things on YouTube. Just put a little bit of conditioner or fabric softener in water. And that helps with those. So there's a tip. If tangled, apply a small amount of hair care oil and gently comb through. Fabric softener. You don't need the oil. Avoid and it'll smell great, especially if you use something that smells great. Avoid contact with perfume, hairspray, alcohol, and other chemicals as they may damage hair. Prevent deformation from long-term compression. Secure with a hairnet after styling for protection. Well, if I'm just going to have it on a shelf or something, I don't think I have to. I mean, I don't plan on playing with them. So I don't know if this is now a spoiler for what's going to be in the bag. But this is called After Rain. And actually, if this is what it is, that's actually going to be kind of funny because I talked about this in one of Libby's lives more recently, actually. And I sent this as a pebble to Libby. I think it was Libby. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I sent it to Libby. No, it was, it wasn't Libby's live, but I did send it to Libby. But I'm sorry. It's been a day for me. I had to there was an issue with my bank card this morning, and it was a miscommunication from Walmart. It ended up being they have their own subscribe and save thing, and they didn't tell me that they were going to be trying to process and send out the items that I usually get from them. And so when my bank was trying to tell me, did you order stuff from Walmart.com at like 8:42 in the morning when I was getting ready to finally go to sleep? I went, no. So, they usually give me an email saying, hey, we're about ready to send stuff out. You have like a last minute thing to add more stuff. Or da, 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 da. They didn't do that this time, or maybe I missed the email. Look, this weekend was... So, I had to deal with the fraud department. I told them I didn't make the purchase because I didn't realize. And so, I have a new card now coming in the mail. So, now I'm trying to remember whose live it was. It's going to come to me. I'll try to remember it later. But anyway, I was talking about the fact that it was starting to do a thunderstorm thing. Like I could hear the thunder and everything else, and I talked about how I was already thinking of my most favorite Teddy Swims song. I love Teddy Swims in general, but my most favorite song of his is She Loves the Rain, which it's one of those, like, it feels like me songs. Rock Show from Hailstorm is another one. Like it's just a song that really fits me. And Yami already knows this. Like I sent them the song that day too, but I had sent it to him previously, and I was like, okay, this tells you a bit of who I am. Like it's a very positive song. Like I suggest looking up the lyric version if you're gonna look it up yourself. I can post it on my community tab if people want. But like it's a great song. So, and I love thunderstorms. And she loves the day better when the sun goes down. It's stuff like that. It's it's very fitting for me. So, let's see what I got. I can already feel the hair. Yep, that is, in fact, what I got. And sorry, I was covering their face. Oh, and they do have a hairnet already. And it is a keychain. Should I put this on my bag? I'm afraid I'll end up losing the wig. I mean, how well do these stay on? Oh, no. Okay, when they say wiggloo-boo-boos, they're not wigs. They're the hair's attached. I don't know. Yeah, you guys can see that. Oh, the coat has a snap. And it can come off. The t-shirt says The Monsters. And the boo-boo is on the raincoat. Yeah, I'm going to put this on my bag. It says The Monsters on. Does the hood come on? No, the hood really doesn't go on their head. I mean, I'd have to be careful if it's actually raining out. I have to figure that out. Their hair is actually nicely soft. It's... I'm trying to think of what it feels like. Oh, it says Pop Mart on the other side. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's kind of in yellow. I am facing it the right way. And now there's 20 minutes left on my video. One of the teeth is like teal, and it matches its adorable little nose. And I like the eyes. It looks like a little like nighttime stars sort of theme for the eyes. Yummy, it's perfect. Their feet move. Again, guys, first, Labubu, the hands don't move, but the feet move. Does the head? Yes, the head moves. Okay, so I don't have to worry about losing the hair. Maybe I should see if I can bring the hood up more now that I don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't really work. So I'll have to figure something out for if it actually rains out. Maybe I'll put like a storage bag in my bag, and then I'll like put it in the bag if it's raining. But where do I want to put it? I think I know. First, I'm going to put the carabiner thing on. There's like a pocket in the back of the bag that I don't really use. Because I don't want stuff pressing up against my back like that. But then there's these pockets on the side. And I think you are a little gentleman, sir, and I'm just going to call you Rain. So, little Rain is going in the pocket. Right, yeah. I was watching South Park last night. I started with the South Park movie, and then I went from there. I started watching from season 1. Alright, now for the other box. I didn't have to open the tape. Like I said, that's how easy it went. So, Libby, please be sure to tell me if anything's missing. She got me ramen bowls. I ended up putting these on. It wasn't the organization, the most recent wish list I made, which I ended up putting like, I think I call it like priority something or other, because I wanted to focus on specific things. So this is on my home goods wish list, and I put a few of them on there because Tom had ruined my other ones because they're I think it's pronounced melamine, it's a type of plastic that's very sturdy normally, but they tell you don't put them in the microwave for a reason. Like, apparently short term it's okay, but Tom would heat stuff up in it for like 8 minutes at a time, and that would cause bubbles and essentially ruin the plastic. You gonna cop up? Come on. No butthole. Sorry, guys. I think you got a little bit of butthole there. Oh. Wait, I don't think these are melamine ones. I thought the ones I put... I think this is stoneware, guys. Holy shit. Guys, should I like try making ramen from scratch now that I got this? Because this feels like a ramen from scratch sort of set. 14 minutes, shit. These are bamboo. So I think I'll have to look it up, but I don't know if these can go in the dishwasher. These might have to be hand wash. And because these are gift, I want to do it right. This is why I don't have bamboo utensils. And also, they're weird, but I mean, hopefully they'll fit okay. Like, they won't seem weird when I'm eating with them. I don't know, maybe I can be convinced to be a bamboo girly. I need to get things to help me. What do you think about the... Rumble likes chopsticks. But they have little training things to help. Yeah. You need do they taste good? What? No biting! No. You can't play right now. Oh, I gotta be careful. Yeah, these are... Fuck. They're stone. And they're more beautiful in person. Wow. Okay, so this is the bottom. Oh, what do you think about the inside? Yeah. Rumble really likes some Libby. Or, yeah, Libby. And this is the inside. Oh, no. Rumble, no, buddy, back. Is that intentional? It looks intentional. Okay. For a second, I thought they arrived, like, broken. So, but with the glaze, no, that's intentional. I almost got worried. Holy shit. Make sure there's nothing else underneath. Because, like, there's so much styrofoam. I need to see if there's something I can do with that. Again, I love reusing stuff, so. 11 minutes. Okay. She got me the cold brew stuff. And especially with summer right now. Yeah, you like it? Rumble approves too. He's saying thank you, Libby. Rumble wants to be part of my content. Also styrofoam. So I originally added them because they were on sale during the recent Prime sale. But these are not small. I think they are 68 ounces each. So I will be set for coffee. I've never done cold brew before. So, like, I've never ordered it somewhere. I've never... Like, I recently bought some from Walmart, but I still haven't tried it yet. So, it came with 2 cleaning brushes. What do you think? Yeah? He's my quality inspector. So, yeah, it comes with 2. And again, if anyone else wants to know the specific links for the items, if they want to know how it goes once I try them, please just let me know, and I will be more than happy to share. I mean, that was another part, or another reason for me getting these things. Like, I wanted to basically product test for you guys, and then so when I do put out additional affiliate links, like, I can, you know, honestly say, like, this stuff is awesome, you know, or if there is like a learning curves, or, you know, show you guys, or, you know, explain in some way, you know, pros, cons, you know, whole ass, not half. And this one is kind of gift wrapped. What do you think it is? But it's apparently Hip Hop Panda, whatever's inside. And there's tape. So, my not a knife. Oh, come on. This tape doesn't want to cut. I'm so sorry for potentially any noise. Oh, I really had to go at it. I'm so sorry. Holy crap. The tape was like all the way around. And yellowish. You don't want this, buddy. No, you don't want to nuzzle it. It's sticky. Okay, this is... It's like a rice bag. Rumble. Buddy. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, now I saw what it said. She got me a new pregnancy pillow. Thank you. Thank you. Because the other one, I have one, but it's kind of gone flat. And especially with Tom being gone, it's kind of become a real comfort to have one. I don't want to get fucking all sappy again, but I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Come on, please finish. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh, I can't just rip it. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, please. Oh my God. This is so hard to cut with this. I'm so sorry. Holy crap. Ugh. Okay, now I got enough. Oh. And it's not a box. It looks like a box, but it's not a box. Oh my God. Ugh. It's just really packed like one. Well, my arm's got to work out today. Thank you, Libby. Oh. I appreciate this so much. And again, sorry for the noise. 4 minutes shit. Rumble, please. Please, buddy. Rumble. Rumble. He doesn't want to play. Now you're really being a brat. Thank you for choosing Hip Hop Panda maternity pillow designed to support expectant mothers with comfort for the back, legs, abdomen, and hips. Unpacking, remove from packaging, pillow may be compressed. Yeah, think. Pat and shake to restore shape, adjusting filling for desired firmness. Air out in well ventilated area to remove any new product odor. Additionally, our maternity pillows undergo a professional cleaning of the pillowcase before shipping, ensuring you receive a clean and hygienic product for peace of mind. Okay. And there's care instructions. Holy crap. You hear the air? Holy crap. Oh. It smells like dry cleaning stuff. Wow, it really is already fluffing up. And it feels... It's like my microfiber blankets. So it like has like that fur-like feeling. Oh, it's great. Libby, this is... It's a lot. But, oh my God, like, it's a lot. Thank you so much for all of it. You know, the other stuff, this stuff, like, this makes a difference. It, like, the coffee's gonna help me be more productive. It's gonna help me feel better. It helps me feel better. You know, you know, even the little stuff from Yum, it helps me feel cared about, seen. Like, I don't need the gifts to necessarily feel that way. Just even people saying, hey, you know, when I say good morning or good afternoon in the chat, or, Like when LaFay tells me that I've been an inspiration. Now I'm getting but I just want everyone to know, whether or not you're able to send me anything, whether it's money through PayPal or gifts from the wish list. Every interaction that I have with you, it means something to me. Especially with my memory, and